weekend that we've just had, I'm not sure what I can say. No, I'm lying. I do know what I can say because it's all I've been thinking about since it ended. And the reason that is because I suppose overwhelmed is one of the words that springs to mind. The support, the amount of people that attended, the distances that some people travelled in order to attend, the atmosphere, unbeatable, unbelievable, far surpassed any of Lenny or mine's expectations by far. But I had to make a video. I had to do something, and this is what I've decided I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you for a start that while I was there, and I think as far as I'm concerned, as far as Lenny was there, we didn't really do any filming because we didn't have time. Looking after 133 people is quite demanding, and then yourself as well. So yeah, didn't have time. Didn't intend to do that much videoing, but in the end didn't do any. But anyway, we shall move on. There are at least 16 videos that I know of already up on YouTube from different people from the meet. And one thing that I would suggest that you do is check those videos out, because they each give a different perspective and a different point of view of the meet, all of which are completely unbiased. A lot of the guys have come there for the first time, so definitely get out there and check them out. And the ones that I know that are up there already: Mr. Scooty, Matt Tightwad, Andy Wardle, Big John Northeast Bushcraft, Dean Reed, Goonie Bushcraft, Frogmoon Wildcamps, 51 Foxy, Robert Radcliffe-Jimbob Bushcraft, Ian Lawrence, Wessex Blades, Prep Nomad, Duncan, Hillys Bushcraft-Widgy Bushcraft. And they're just the ones that I know about because I keep tabs on these things. Check them out, guys. If some of those names don't sound familiar and you're not subscribed to them, subscribe to them. You know, they're all part of the family, as it were, and they've all got some amazing videos. I've pretty much watched them all. However, I will be watching them over and leaving proper comments on there as and when I get time. I suggest you do the same. Apart from that, again, just a massive thank you to everybody that came, especially those that travelled such distances to get to the event. Like I say, I'm not doing a video. Get out and watch those guys' videos. There's going to be more videos up than the ones I've mentioned, undoubtedly. There will be more. So literally, get on it. Get on them videos. Get them watched. And like I say, everyone will have a slightly different perspective and will catch a slightly different bit of the weekend. And between all of them, you should get a pretty good idea. Even if you were there, some of them are interesting because they'll have captured bits that you won't have known about or you won't have seen because there was that many people there. A little bit after that, I'm going to put together a video with all of my favourite pictures of everybody's, all the different people that came that have put out pictures on social media that they've taken while they were there. I'm going to get a load of them together, I'm going to put them on a video, and that is going to be my video of Edale, captured memories. I think that one's going to be pretty cool, so that one's going to be the video after this one once I've got time and I've sorted it all out, guys, because there's going to be a lot of pictures on there. meantime, I thought I'd give you a very quick debrief of the weekend in case you're interested, as I'm sure most of you will be, because we are looking to move on with this and do other things, and try and make it the best that we can for everybody. I think it's fair to say, you know, between me and Lenny, we didn't do too bad looking after 133 people for a weekend, and they all went home with smiles on their faces. So, you know, to some extent, I feel we've already succeeded, but I also feel that there's a lot of room for manoeuvre and a lot of room for improvement. So, on that note, the debrief, the location and the facilities everybody seemed to love. The pubs and the pizza and the food in the pubs everybody seemed to love. The weather happened to be amazing. We had no control over it, but it was amazing. For 133 people in a field, the rubbish was awesome. You sorted all your rubbish out, amazing guys. We did provide obviously fairly adequate facilities, but you had to do it, and you did. So you saved us a lot of work. So amazing on that one. Everybody seemed happy. Everybody was well behaved, which I know sounds silly. Everybody's grown up, and I didn't expect anything less. But at the same time, what you need to realise is we're in their village, and it's a close village, a tight-knit village, and any behaviour that they don't like is going to be noticed and picked up on, and it'll be associated with all of us. Now, as far as I'm aware, there was no incidents at all, which is amazing, again, for that amount of people, but I expected nothing less, do you know what I mean? So, again, well done on that one, it was amazing. There was a lot riding on this one in terms of the farm, and I think we managed to pull it off, and the farmer seems happy. So like I say, at the minute, everything is good. The idea of the event obviously was a social meet, but we wanted to just let everybody do what they want to do. So some people went walking, some people went to the pub, and vice versa at different times. Some people went to bed at this time, some people went to bed at that time. There was nothing so much planned other than the bring and buy and a little bit of a speech. And other than that, we just had to wing it. We did. It worked. And everybody was happy. So on that basis, we're going to stick to that format as much as possible, because it worked. We had no issues with vehicles getting stuck or breaking down, and for again 133 people coming onto the field and all those vehicles, that's amazing. So there you go. We had one minor medical issue, but I was down there as soon as I knew about it, and it was all taken care of. Nothing was too bad, and it was but a scratch. So the young lad in question, he's fine, and his mother, I'm sure, will forgive him in time, because I'm sure she was quite worried when she found out about it when he got home. But having said that, minor issue, we covered it no problem, so no dramas there. Obviously, we tried to accommodate groups as much as possible and individuals as much as possible. If somebody wanted something, we tried to do it for them. If somebody wanted, you know, a bit of extra information or extra help with something, you know what I mean, we did it. And obviously between me and Lenny, every single person should have been greeted, welcomed and briefed so that they can crack on and feel at home and get on with the weekend. And as far as I'm aware, we accomplished that, and with 133 people, again, between two of us, I think that's pretty well done, because it's a big job, let me tell you. On that note, it's funny saying it, but if you got more than 2 minutes with me, you were probably, you know what I mean, doing well, because it was a busy weekend, and you know, I wanted to spend a lot more time with all the people that came, but between looking after 133 people and myself, you know, time is limited, and it was very difficult, so I must apologise for that, guys. I'm sure Lenny will think the same, you know what I mean. We would have wanted to spend a lot more time with you, but like I say, with 133 it's just really, really, really difficult, between two of us. Moving forward, last bit of the debrief, we had a lot of success with the traders there this year, and a massive thanks to them specifically, because I believe you added a unique element to our meet, and I was very, very happy with it. We had Mike from Cornish Knives, and unfortunately he didn't have any of his gear with him, but he was there, and so was his gear in spirit. We had Mike Palmer, and he had a lovely display on. We also had Robert Radcliffe, who does his knives and leatherwork. Again, both he and Mike Palmer, they had an amazing little display on, and you know, I mean, I was tempted with at least a few bits, but stopped myself so that other people could buy whatever they wanted to buy, because I was very tempted. But we also had, and I didn't realise he was coming until the very last minute, we also had Scott from Wessex Blades, and I mean, all four of these guys, the two Mikes, Robert and Scott, absolute gentlemen, and I mean, you know, they really are good at what they do. For me, seeing them in person and speaking to them and actually seeing, you know, their fine wares that they make themselves, I was bowled over, you know what I mean. The quality, the finish on some of these, I mean, like I say, you have to see it to believe it. I've seen pictures before, but the pictures don't do them justice. We also had Mr. Scooty. Obviously Scott and Mr. Scooty both do fire steels in general. Mr. Scooty also does a lot of other stuff. He does some really, really nice bolt action rifle pens, some antler stash pots. He does his hobo reels, which are really, really, really nice bits of kit. And obviously he does all sorts of different fire steels, glow in the dark, and any other thing you can possibly imagine he does. He also does the bushcraft essentials, so we had the bush boxes with him. I purchased one myself. I've been waiting to get one, and I wanted to get one off him at the show, and I did. And we also had Undercover Outdoors Andy, with his leatherwork. He actually gave me, kindly enough, a key ring. I don't know if you can see that, guys, with the GNBC logo on, but the quality of the work is beautiful. He's got his little maker's mark on the back. Absolutely amazing, you know what I mean? And between those guys, I was honoured, literally, that they attend and that they were there trading. I want to support guys like that. I think they're worthwhile, and I think that, you know, they were very happy with the way things were, and I think they're going to expand on it next year. So obviously that's in the plans, guys. We're going to get better in terms of what we can offer trade wise, so that you don't
again, just have to go to the bushcraft shop. We're going to try and support these guys as best we can, and I want you to do the same, because that's what it's all about. Moving on from that, we're going to try and do some demos. Scott from Wessex Blades has kicked this off. It's something that we were thinking about already, but he's messaged me about it, and I think he's got a really, really good idea, and Scott wants to do some demos, and I'm thinking of setting up something like that with Scott, and then maybe a couple of other things if we can. And also the bring and buy. The bring and buy got bigger this year. People sold kit they didn't want or need anymore, and other people bought kit that they did want or need for bargain prices. What more could you want? I know I got a bargain off Barking Badger to go with me new bush box. So it's one of them. You've got to be there to get the bargain, guys. But it's getting bigger, and obviously with it getting bigger, the bring and buy should get better. Do you know what I mean? So obviously those three things there we're going to try and expand on and make better. Also, me and Lenny are going to have to recce a couple, possibly, of new venues for the purposes of contingency, and also possibly alternating venues depending on what we're doing and how we're doing it. So obviously in terms of moving on, that's what we've got going on. And also I want to do a special thanks to 51 Foxy as well, because he did a raffle for the one Tigris gear, and he also raffled a through night off as well, and he also gave a load of bits away, and I think that was extremely generous of him. Again, it added a little something to the event, and I just wanted to say a big thanks for that, mate. You're an absolute top guy anyway, you know I love you to bits, but it was a very nice thing to do, and we do appreciate it. Like I say, it adds to the event, so definitely appreciated, mate. And I know that everybody who ended up getting something or buying something from me from the bring and buy, I know they'll be happy as well. So cheers for that one, Foxy. Other than that, like I say, just a big thanks to everybody. Like I say, I feel overwhelmed at just how good it was. And as I was sliding through YouTube, I came across a channel called Woodland Camp and Craft, and they did a live chat the other night, and they happened to put a video out on it, and in that video I think it says something or other bushcraft show in Edale, and obviously I thought, well, I'll have a look because it says Edale in it, and they were actually talking about our event in Edale. Not in a bad way, I must say, but they seemed to think that we were boycotting the bushcraft show by putting it on the same weekend, and I did state that it was on request. People said to me, put it on that weekend. It wasn't my intention to boycott the bushcraft show. However, I don't support it, and I've never been, but I doubt I will ever go. But a lot of people have been talking about it. I don't want to tread on anybody's toes, but somebody pointed out the other day, Scott and Mac Tightwad, I think, two different people pointed out that I think, between all the people that went to Edale, if there was no Great Northern Bushcraft Conference and you didn't go to Edale, I think the bushcraft show probably would have had an extra 20 grand in tickets. because I kind of worked it out roughly. It's around about £20,000, do you know what I mean, all told, from the amount of people that were there. So, I don't know what that says. I suppose it says we ran a successful event more than anything, but I don't know, what more can I say? I only did what I was asked to do. We did it and it was successful. Job's good, onwards and upwards. So yeah guys, that's pretty much it. I'm going to leave it there. That's the end of what I wanted to say. Other than the last big thank you, and that is to my good friend, Lenny 6'5", the big lad, Gary Lenthal. I think true friends is, do you know what I mean? That there's something that you don't come across that often, and a lot of people have made a lot of good friends through the bushcraft community, and I have as well. I've made many good friends. But Gary, without him, you know, I couldn't have done what I've done. I just, as capable as I am, I don't think I could have done it on my own. And he stepped in at the beginning, and he's helped me from the beginning, and from the first show, the meet even, when we had 28, 30 people, he's always been there. He's always been there to support me, to give me good advice, and to help me wherever he can. And I don't really think of this event as mine. I've always thought of it as ours, because I do it for everybody else. Do you know what I mean? I do it for the fact that it's a meet, to meet everybody. But I think more than that, it's mine and Lenny's. Do you know what I mean? We do it together. We do it because we love doing it. And like I say, without him, I just couldn't have done it. We do make a good team. So like I say, a massive shout out to Lenny. Like I say, mate, without you, we definitely wouldn't have pulled that one off. And like I say, onwards and upwards. So on that note, yo ciao, I'm going to get going. And I do reiterate what I said in the beginning. Check out people's videos. There is a massive list of them, and what I'm going to try and do is, once I've got the video up, all the videos that are out there, I'm going to put the channel names in the description box at the bottom, and I definitely suggest you get on there, and if you haven't subscribed to them all, subscribe, and then go and watch their Edale videos. Even if you went to Edale, because like I say, everyone's different, every viewpoint's different, and the aerial footage that I was watching earlier on, again, is awesome. The way everything's laid out, it looks like a big B for bushcraft, and I didn't do that on purpose, but it looks like that. But anyway, check it out guys. In the meantime, I hope you all got home safe. I hope you're all doing well, and I do hope to see you all soon. So take care guys, and I'll see you in a bit.